We are now looking at the account page of the demo site onedanceschool.com. I'm first going to create a new account and show you how this website works from a new customer's perspective. So most of us in our browsers, we now have the ability to just go enter our information really quickly. So if you have that, it'll typically fill in everything for you except maybe the extra password. We're also going to ask for the relation to student. So in this case, we're the mother, the father, the guardian, or I am the student myself. So in this case, I'll just say I'm the father. I want to point out that even though this says province, depending on where you are in the world, that could say state or county. Same thing with postal code, that could be a zip code. And it's standard information. This is the primary contact information. We don't necessarily need the secondary contact, so that's not necessarily required information for us. But if I wanted to, I could add the information for my significant other and designate them as an emergency contact or authorized to pick up or not. Emergency contact information is required, so in this case I have to enter someone, so I've entered my emergency contact. We also ask who referred you to us. We'd like to thank them, so in this case it'd be nice to fill that in as well. So once I filled out all the information, I'm going to click Create Account, and what's going to happen is it's going to send an email to the customer. It's going to send an email to admins letting them know they have a new account, and it's going to create a new account, and right now this is what it looks like. So it's welcome to, in this case, One Dance School, but this can show whatever school you have. And before you can register for programs, you need to add your students. So let's start with that. I'm going to add my students. So let's add Jane. I'm going to give her a shirt size. So in this case, you can add whatever fields you want. I'm going to select her date of birth. And gender female, allergies no. I have to fill in all these because they're required, but if I try to save it before filling everything in, I get an error. So does this student require medications? I'm being forced to answer that. So in this case, we have a mouse over or a click on that shows us more information. So if this student has any medical conditions, please provide details in the notes below. In this case, I'm just going to say, no, I don't have any. I'm going to click Save. So what happens is this creates the student account, and we go back to our account details page, and now you can see I have my student listed under my student enrollments. I don't have any enrollments listed yet. I could click on this and go back and edit it, or I have some buttons here to help me register and enroll in the different programs that you have. So in this case, we've already said enroll in programs for age 7 years. So we've calculated that, so there's no thinking involved. I can just click on that and get started. We could have other buttons. For example, we could audition for competitive programs. In this case, let's start with this. When we click here, we go to our age category for 7 years, or we can go somewhere else. And in this case, I'm just going to register for the acro. Notice here I have a lot of information that helps me see this is just the pricing for the monthly payments. I can go and add this to my calendar. If I have a Google Calendar, I can click it here. If I have any other kind of calendar, I can use the iCal, like Outlook or whatever. So if you clicked on that, you notice that I can just add this. It sets it up for the whole year, and that's a great way to get stuff in the calendar. In this case, I can pick my student. There's only the one that's qualified for this, so there's one here. If I had several students, I would have them to select from. In this case, I'm going to select Jane, and I'm going to add to cart. I get a pop-up message that says I can add more and save more money. In this case, I'm just going to proceed to checkout. And now I'm on the cart page, and notice that this is a single page checkout. So even though I have everything here, I can go and edit my contact information, I can delete it or add more. I'm just going to go in. All I have to do is select my payment. So I could select a full payment. I could select 8 monthly payments. So if I clicked on that, it would give me the ability to fill all this stuff in. It shows me what my first payment is and what my next monthly payments are starting then. In this case, it's a test, so I'm just going to use the test one because it goes through quicker. I could go and take a look at the terms of service. I'm just going to select yes, I accept them, and I'm going to confirm purchase. Now what happens is it'll try the payment. If the payment's successful, it's going to say thank you for your order. If the payment was not successful, it's going to say sorry, but your order is pending payment. Now you'll see that it's got the order created. I can go take a look at my order if I wanted to, but you'll also notice under my student enrollments, I now have this one program enrolled in. And I can go and I could take a look at that program now that I'm enrolled, because I can click here to view the item details. I could also go back and see the order. So if I went in and actually went to take a look at the order item, now that I'm enrolled, I also have information that's only for us as people that are enrolled. So the following media is for enrolled students only. So I could go take a look at the music. If you had videos, I could go and play all the videos. And again, I can register for other students if I wanted to. And you typically, as a customer, you're always going to be really coming back to your account details page, and you notice that we have other information that we're going to show at different times of the year. For example, right now the costume fee isn't due yet, but when it does become due, we can add it here and we can ask for more information at this point. I also have my subscription, so I'm in the newsletters. I'm automatically added to the Wednesday subscription because my class is on a Wednesday. And then I also have the rest of my login contact information, so I could update that and change my email address or whatever anytime I wanted to. I'm going to just log out, and I'm going to log in quickly and show you what it looks like when I have more students. So let's go and log in as another user, my other test user. And you see that when I go visit my account details page, you'll see what it looks like when I have more students. So in this case, I have several programs listed, and notice they're listed by Monday, then Tuesday, then Wednesday, and by the time. So it makes it really easy for me to see where I have to be at what time, which is very helpful. I also have the ability to go and add different things, like I can invite this Justine just to the exams. So there we can add them specifically to their own exam schedules or whatever else you want to invite them to specifically, just as an example. So again, we have this stuff all programmed. So in this case, you have to be over 2 years old to enroll in programs. So we have custom messages for that as well. We can also go take a look at all our student information. So if I had several students, you can see I can come back here and I could go and edit any one of them at any time I wanted to. I can also go and take a look at my order list. So let's say, for example, I can see all my orders. Let's go take a look at this one. You can see there's the programs. I can go visit those programs. I can see who they're for. I can go take a look at my order history. I can see that this was recurring payment, 9 installments. This was my first payment, and there's my monthly payments. So I have all that information here too as a customer. I can also go take a look at my payments. So I can take a look at if I have any active payments. They're going to show here. They're also going to show specifically any payments that have already gone through. So again, your customers can go and see exactly what they need without bugging you. They can also go and securely update their payment card by clicking this, and it opens up another form directly with the payment system. So all this stuff is hands-off at this point. We could also edit our subscriptions and our mailing lists and have custom information just for our customers. And in a nutshell, that's it. So everything's on one page. It's easy for us to go through and get to and update all our contact information if we want. So that's the customer experience.